Alright, so what I'm working on here today is a 1994 Ford truck, and I've got that tailgate down. I'm going to be doing a little maintenance on this thing, and one of the little drop straps is busted. Replace that. And to get that drop strap off, you just take out this 10mm bolt. Now on this side, it uses a big old Torx, but on the tailgate side, it's just a 10mm. So anyway, all these bolts that come out of this panel, it's got a panel here, this little guy here, this little panel. It's got a bunch of these Torx in there. I think they're T30s. Yeah, that's what they are. It's a T30, like that right there. Okay, so some of the problems that you can have with this type of latch is that these little plastic things break. And what you'll see on the end, on the other end here, that I'm going to pop off, is you'll see that there's a plastic little doodad on that other end too that holds it all together. And when you do this, what you're going to do is you're going to do one side at a time, okay? Because this strap is broken, obviously I'm just going to do this side first, okay? And then I'll put it together. And then I'll take the other side off, because you don't want the tailgate to go flopping around. Because if the tailgate falls down, what it'll do is it'll land on the bumper down here and scratch, put a nice little scratch mark line all the way across it. And we don't want to do that. So let's have a look at this little plastic thing here. Now I sprayed some just some light lube on there. WD-40 will work just fine. I'm not trying to lubricate this forever. I'm just trying to slick it up a little bit so that when I pop this thing off like that, it's got a little bit of oil on it so that it pops out, and then you can just pull this thing out. Now if this thing is just fell apart and all rotted, it'll just break, okay? So don't do this without a plan to replace it, to replace this little nylon fitting. A lot of times you have to take this apart because this nylon fitting is busted. So just be careful with this. If it has cracks in it, you can see where there's places in it where it's oxidized, like this white spot here, okay? And what you'll see in some of them is that oxidation will go across all over the top here, and when you go to pop it loose, it just breaks off. So anyway, that's how that comes off. You take that loose, and I've already taken these two bolts out, but you kind of have to articulate a little bit to get it out of this hole. There we go. And that's all you want. And what we're going to do is I'm going to lube this, because whenever you pull the handle in the middle, it takes a lot of force to drop the tailgate. And so I'm going to lube everything up. I've got some of this stuff here. It's not the gold standard at all. WD-40 will not last. I prefer using grease, and on these type of plastic fittings, what I would use and what I plan to use is some caliper grease. Okay, caliper grease is just a silicone-based reinforced grease. It has a nice temperature rating. Then that means the drop temperature. So when it gets to be 140 degrees or whatever, it doesn't just all run off. So if you put regular petroleum-based grease on here, the petroleum-based grease eats on some plastics and some nylons and stuff. It's not compatible. So, and we don't know about the drop point, or at least whatever you're going to put on there. I don't know what its drop point is either. And if you need to know what drop point is, maybe you shouldn't be messing around with cars. Maybe you can just look it up. But Bob's the Oil Guy website has plenty of information about greases and oils and all that business. Go on there and fiddle around, and if you're interested in finding out more, do that. But this is just some general ideas about this tailgate. I hope this helps someone and got you some information. Y'all have a good day.